Ladies and gents, how we doing? How we doing? We're out here for another little bike adventure. And I just found this guy in the woods, the Farkas Erdő, the wolf forest. And look at what I've stumbled across. These enormous sand dunes. They said there used to be a lot of dunes in this area. I don't know if this is necessarily native sand, but look at this old, rusted over German equipment. And now you can all see we've come to the entrance of the real Farkas Erdő. That is the holo, the raven of King Mátyás Hunyadi, the late 15th century Hungarian humanist king, the Renaissance king. Really a high point in Hungarian history. Corvinus, corvin is Latin for raven, and the raven with the ring in its mouth of the Pilisi Park Erdő Címere, that refers to a legend when King Mátyás was young. I don't know the exact legend, so if anyone can help me in the comment section, please. What is the full exact legend of King Mátyás and the ring and the raven? All right, enough of that for now. We are heading into the wolf forest, the Farkas Erdő, on the way to DUNAKESZI. So that was the Kinti Tónapálya, the outdoor gym. And now look at this, with all of these potential places for bogrács. You can see again the sandy ground that this area is so well known for. What an oasis, what a wonderful oasis in the middle of Újpest, which traditionally is a more working class, urban, panelházak district. But right here you have this beautiful serenity in the Farkas Erdő, in Kapostas megyer. And look at the holok. What happened with the ring? Where's King Mátyás? All over this park, we can see tölgyfa, oak trees, fenyőfa, pine trees. This seems to be some sort of Japanese edition. And look at this, Deskovics Emilia. Gratulálok, Deskovics Emilia. Csodálatos munka. Csodálatos munka van. Ó, nagyon szép tölgy, fenyő, azt hiszem kicsit lepényfa, néhány, nem tudom, juharfa, maple trees. So many different trees here. Such wonder. And the birdhouses, they really contribute a nice touch, because even though you can hear that gentle rush of traffic in the distance, we have such sweet bird song here at the beginning of spring. And for that, we can thank Deskovics Emilia and all of her friends. Újpesti vagyok. Újpest, New York. So many places to bogrács. This is, how have I spent all my years in Budapest with never having a bogrács in the Farkas Erdő? I feel like I haven't even really lived yet. Look at this. This place must be the ticket on a Saturday afternoon in May. Just so you know that I'm not bullshitting you, you can see right there, Lakas telep. And here, the Erdélyi óvoda. I guess that's what they're calling this. It's like the forest kindergarten. See the chugga chugga choo choo train and many more beautiful blooming spring trees. Ooh. Ooh. And up at the top of this hill right here, we can start to disprove some of those misconceptions that Pest is as flat as a pancake. I mean, okay, it might not be no János hedge, but we got some elevation. We got some elevation. And this, look at this. Look at this. This is the sand that I'm talking about, the native terrain of Kapostas megyer. And that is why the kaposták, they grew so luxuriantly. Kapostas megyer. You got Békés megyer over there, Kapostas megyer over here. Buda side, Pest side, the Megyerek, the Megyer. They were a tribe at the time of the Honfoglalás, end of the 9th century, a so-called princely tribe, the Megyer tribe. And out of the Erdő, we come into civilization. Now you can notice the immediate contrast from, oh, look at those gliders up there. They must be going to the DUNAKESZI airport, the Repülőtér, a very small private airport. Interesting, that looks like a drone plane. I wonder what they are surveying. Perhaps spying on the proletariat, who knows? But you can see the real contrast from the forests which we just emerged from, and now this urban forest of a different sort. We are leaving Budapest and heading into Pest megye, the county which circles around the capital. And here we are in DUNAKESZI. You can see behind me the DUNAKESZI Corso. This is like the mall, and it extends out into this huge centrum, this parking lot. We have Auchan, we have Decathlon for your sports, Bauhaus for your home improvement needs. All the way around here, plenty of stores, shopping, merchandise. You can see the two peaks of the Megyeri híd, which connects Békés megyer to Kaposztos megyer, Megyeri híd, DUNAKESZI, and Budakalász as well. A lot of connections being made. I call it the Alexa Bridge because it has two big A's. All right, don't really want to spend too much time in here, or any time for that matter. So we'll say farewell to the Corso and we will head to DUNAKESZI proper. That right there is the ancient Magyar runic script. That is what the Hungarian language was originally written in. And I believe that says DUNAKESZI. Oh, and here we see the DUNAKESZI címere. 1255, 1255. We have a low, and we have, I think, is that St. George? It looks like a little bit feminine, but it's the legend of St. George. St. George, the Dragon Slayer, 1255, blue and green, DUNAKESZI. And now we come here to this brilliant Art Deco era 1928 statue in remembrance for the brave Magyarok who gave their lives in the First World War, that atrocious and terrible conflict that claimed so many. Here are some of the DUNAKESZiak who fell. Oh my God. Elnézést. During the conflict. Oh man, so many young lives lost. And one can only hope that history does not repeat itself. Peace, not war, my friends. Love and not hate. We can see some churchgoers entering Friday night service here at the St. Mihai Templum. This old church built originally in 1750? Wow. An old classic yellow Habsburg church in need of a power wash. We can safely say that. Okay, we'll take a look at these lovely old buildings in the heart of DUNAKESZI. How brilliant. The fountains are pumping. And who do we have behind us there? That must be, if a chicken cooks on a summer day, that must be Szent István. No, Negyedik Béla. Oh, what a pleasant surprise. Negyedik Béla, the second founder of Hungary, built the stone castles after being eviscerated in the Tatájáros, middle of the 13th century. And now the Városháza, the city hall. A lovely downtown. The tulips coming into bloom. Spring is upon us. A slip down the hill and all of a sudden it's countryside once more. That's really the theme of this trip, is a lot of countryside built in. Oh, speaking of the countryside, is this some sort of community urban garden? Let's take a closer look. Can we get in here? Don't want to get any tetanus. Okay. Well, sleeping dogs lie, as they say. But look at this. Some sort of urban oasis. Oh, that's a fugefa. Those are going to be fresh figs in a couple months' time. Now, I was going to let sleeping dogs lie over that way as well, but I simply cannot resist. I don't know what this is. Whoa, cool view. Look at the hills out there. But what is this memorial here? Very exciting. Erdély. Okay. What do we got? We got an arrow, a bow. We got a sword. And we got, there he is. Oh, Attila. Okay. This was definitely worth the price of admission. Attila, a hun király. Sumir, Hungar, Magyar, Ushimnus, Orsagok Orsaga, Turvein Turas Nepe, Napkelet, Nugyat Kust, a Vilagnak fénye, Urortora, Tevacs, Emelt Felfejed. Huh. I may have just rattled off some sort of nationalist slogan unintentionally. I always knew that would happen one day. Okay, but cool statue, very unexpected. Glad we made the trip. Attila, and there's the ancient ruins once more. And there's the ancient ruins once more. See you later, Attila. See you later, Atti. Check for tickets tonight. Kulachok, Kulachok. They hide in plain sight. Hasta. Okay, so it seems like these are all little gardens of one sort or another. This one's a bit more complex. Tons of crops growing down there. Very cool. I wonder if they're community operated, privately owned. Anyone have any answers? Let us know. The comment section is your friend. See ya. And here we see that just like Újpest, DUNAKESZI 2 has many panelházak right on the edge of all that glorious nature. I'm not saying that I would like to live in a panel house, but if I did, I would like it to be near the nature. Seguin. And boom shakalaka. Just like that. Look at this. Oh yes. The Duna. Oh, my beloved muse. Let's go through this way. Oh yes. Oh yes. All along the shores here. The Duna slowly saunters. Marvelous. They call this here the Regi Strand, the old beach. Wow. You know, I'm always gonna be a loyalist to the other side because that's where I live, Leanfalu down that way. But I gotta say, this stretch of coast all the way down to Good is really a treat. Because just like how we were talking before with the soil composition out in Kapostas megye, you get the closest thing Hungary has, to sandy beach. I mean, these are prehistoric. The ancient Romans who were here on the Limes, this was the border of the Roman Empire in the Pannonia province. They too rustled through these shells. But okay. Wow, look at all that great real estate for summer relaxation. In the warmer months, you'll see Bogratch and some people camping in tents all the way down to the Homoksiget, the so-called sandy island, which sits down in Good. And we shall get there for surely on another adventure. Oh, what is this? How marvelous. Magnificent. Oh. Oh. This is the Szabadstrand, the free beach. Okay. How dreadfully civilized this all is. Oh yes. How dreadfully civilized. Elnézést. Köszönöm. 800 forints for the ferry across with a bike. I don't know if you even charge me for the bike. Anyway, cheap as chips. Cheap as chips. Well, I do owe a slight apology to all the DUNAKESZI, because that was a extremely abbreviated trip to town. But we shall be back. We shall be back. It is such a quick commute, and there is much more to explore. It's a big town, DUNAKESZI. And over there we can see Horan, the beach shore of Sziget Monostor. That is the Surkos Sziget, or the Surkú Sziget, only accessible by boat. Never been before. This is one of the retired old crafts, the Tunde ferry. She must have put in some years of great service. Wow. Let's take a peek inside. In need of some refurbishment. And very special treat for you all. These right here are Roman ruins. Yes, indeed. The Romans, we mentioned before that they would have stood guard on these limes, the boundary of the empire. Over there, that was not Rome. Of course, there were a few defense fortifications, but all along the Duna, these ruined remains once stood proudly as watchtowers. The borderlands, Pannonia province, ancient Rome. It was a military encampment here on the outskirts of Budapest. Wow. How many centuries have gone by? How many centuries indeed? Once upon a time, Roman soldiers, ooh, this is that stuff, the chalan, nemyo, 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 nemyo. It's ivy, it stings. But as we were saying, the Roman soldiers, they would not have been fazed by a little bit of chalan. No, no, no. Because there would have been Yazigs and Sarmatians and all sorts of barbarians threatening the interior behind. Well, well, well. It's time to head back once and for all across to the other side and towards Leanfalu. It's been a pleasurable journey, a little bike adventure that began out in Újpest and finishes off on the island. What a fitting finale. Amerikai Magyar.
This view of Santander before, from the island. It really is the town of churches. Look at that. Gorgeous silhouette, gorgeous silhouette. We're gonna head down that way. There's another ferry from Sziget Monostor. They run all along the island. Oh yes.